Hi everybody, it's Anne here from positivelypapercraft.co.uk and I'm back with another tutorial. And today the tutorial that I've got for you, I saw this on like an origami site, and I can't remember the person's name, but I'll put it in the description. But it was a lot bigger than this, but we don't have card that big at all. And I've done a few little changes to it as well. So it just looks like an ordinary box really, but actually it isn't, because when you open it, and it's not finished, this one, what happens is it kind of turns into a mini album, and obviously you will have that on this side as well, but I haven't finished it because this was just the prototype and I had messed up and used different coloured card in there, so I just thought I would show you basically what we're going to make. So the idea is you will put your little photographs on there, and we're going to do some different stuff inside as well. Okay, so it will just fold back up and it will close back up into a box, and I think it is brilliant. So I'm going to show you how we're going to make it. So it's not the quickest project obviously because there's a lot of bits to stick, but I'll make it as quick as I can. I'll speed bits up. So I'll just do the bits we need as we get there, otherwise I'm just going to confuse you all. So for your actual box, you're going to need a 12 by 12 piece of card. I'm using Berry Burst, and I've cut it down to 12 by 11 1/4. Alright. So we're going to score it on the 12-inch side. On the long side we're going to score it at 2 3/4, 5 1/2, 8 1/4, and 11. Okay, short side we are going to score at 2 3/4 and 8 1/2. Okay, and then we've got our thin score line there. So what we want to do is at 2 inches we just want to go down to the second score line, so 1 2. So at 2 inches, no sorry, at 1 3/4, alright, just go down to the second score line, and then at 9 1/2 again go down to the second score line. So you should now have that. Okay. Okay, so we're going to fold and burnish this now. So you should have that now, and then take some scissors and we want to cut away the bottom square on both sides. Okay, and then you want to leave that square Okay, and then we want to get rid of the next square, so the third square up. Okay, and then what we want to do now is we want to cut this section here where we've got the score line, just cut to the score line. Alright, do the same on this side as well. So you should have that, and then we just want to cut up these little squares and take a little notch out of each side. Okay, because how it's going to fold up is just like that. Obviously we'll put our little lid together like that. So these little bits here, I wanted to round the corners on them. Okay, so DSP, I'm using the Love What You Do, I think, or Share What You Love, one of the two. So I've got 8 pieces, 4 for the inside and 4 for the outside, and they all measure 5 5/8 by 2 5/8. So on the outside I'm going to have this pattern. Okay, so we're just going to quickly glue these down. Okay, and then what I've got as well is I've got some little pieces here. Got a piece which is 7/8 by 5 5/8, and that is just going to go on the front. So now that will be going like this, okay? And then we need some little pieces for the sides, so they would be 7/8 again, and I actually didn't cut them, so I will get a ruler when I can find one, and we'll measure what they will need to be. Well, they will need to be about 2 5/8 by 7/8. So I'll just quickly cut them. Okay, so that is that done. Now, what we need to do is we need all of our little pieces to make our little kind of pockets. Now I've done quite a bit of them. So basically what you need is 22 pieces of card which measure 2 5/8 by 2 7/8, and on the long side you want to score them all at 1/4 of an inch. Okay, then you need 22 pieces of Whisper White which are 2 1/2 by 2 1/2, and I've used the new little punch and I've just punched a little fancy thing on them. Okay, so when you've got them done and scored them, what you're going to do is you're going to pop some glue down there, and starting just at the score line you were just going to attach the first one. Okay, so it's simple and easy, but it, you know, it isn't quick. So just put a bit of glue on there, and then you were just going to attach the first one just in front of the score line. Don't put it on the actual score line, and you should be able to get 11 of these on each side. Okay, and just press that down, and there is your first one done. So the next one you would then put glue again on there, and I'm just checking I'm doing this right. Yeah, and then you would just stick that one just in front of that, like butt that up to the side, and you'll just keep doing that until you've done 22. So 11 on each side, and it's really easy. It's just, as I said, it is time consuming, but it is worth it because it's beautiful. So just try and get them in the right place and just stick them down. Alright, so I think you get the gist of what I mean. Okay everyone, I've stuck all of the little flaps in, so you should have 11 on each side. Okay, and that's what you will end up with, and they just sit up there like that. Okay, now you can by all means put another piece of Whisper White or whatever you want on the inside as well, and that's entirely up to you, but I haven't on this one, but I definitely think you could, because it would, you know, it would be fine. So that's what it looks like, which I think it's great. Now we're going to pop a little bit of adhesive on these two tabs here, because we're going to pop our little lid together now. Okay, so we're just going to bring that over there. Okay, so that's our little lid together, and then I've got the largest stitched oval, and I've got the stamp set which coordinates, which is Love What You Do, and I'm going to use It's a Beautiful Day, and I'm going to stamp that in mint macaron. Okay, I'm just going to pop this in the middle of the oval. Okay. And that's the only real stamping that we're going to do. And I'm going to pop this just up here with some dimensionals. Okay, so that is just going to go oopsie, not there, roughly in the middle. About there. Okay, and then also I've made a couple of little pockets here. The first one is 2.5 by 2.5. and this one is 1.5 by 5.5. Okay, and this one is going to go just here, and I've made just a little tag which is just gonna slot in there, and this measures 2 by 4 inches, and that is 1 7/8 by 3 7/8 for the whisper white. Okay, so I am just going to attach these little pockets. I've just put a thin piece of tape just around 3 sides. Okay, and that is just going to go just in the corner here. Alright, and this tag is the same measurement as that one, and that is just going to slide into there like that. Okay, and then I've done the same with this one. Okay, so that is just going to go just here. Alright, and then the little tag, and I used the new punch to punch that little tiny little oval out, and that is just going to sit in there. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? So we can close this up now, so they just sit up. Okay, I might just trim this ribbon a little bit because it's just peeking out. Just put the little tag back in there. So that just goes up, that just folds up there, and there we go. Isn't that absolutely brilliant? And it's actually really quite a heavy little box now, because we've got all, and from the inside we've got all that extra cardstock in. I mean, that's just absolutely beautiful. Okay, so to decorate it, I've cut out Celebrate You, and I've also cut out a little dragonfly from Dragonfly Dreams. So Celebrate You, I've cut them in basic black because there is basic black in the DSP. So we're going to have Celebrate You, something like that, and then I am going to pop the little dragonfly just somewhere on there like that. So I've got the fine tip glue pen, And then I've got some of these Share What You Love pearls, and I'm just going to pop some on the middle of his little body, just in different colours. Just like that. And then I'm also just going to pop a little bit of Wink of Stella on him. Just brush it on his wings. And his body. There we go. That looks absolutely beautiful. I love this. And it, like I say, it just looks an ordinary box, but then when you open it up, inside you've got your little flaps for your photos, you've got your little tags there. So yeah, and it's not hard to make, it just takes a while because you've got, you know, quite a lot of little pieces to cut out. But all the info will be on my blog with all the measurements, and I'll be back again on Friday, no sorry, I'll be back on Sunday with another tutorial. So thanks for watching, take care, and bye for now.